Oh, Jessica, welcome to another fine edition of the Love Course. What type of baby mama drama do you have in Sue for us today?
Okay. Dear Jessica, I have a couple questions regarding the situation with my ex-wife. She moved to Truckee, and I hoped by adjusting the visitation that she would not make an effort to see them on her court-appointed times. She has now, quote, lost another job and is currently $17,000 behind in child support.
Oops.
She is still telling me that she has a job and has canceled her weekends with the boys because of work. I was also told by my boys that her boyfriend on multiple occasions has dragged my son through the house by his collar or hood when he is mad at him. What can I do at this point with everything going on? She is an addict, and I don't feel comfortable that my kids are safe with them, and they hate going to her house as they're extremely unhappy there.
Oh, no. That's awful.
Yeah. So in order to change custody and to change a custody schedule, you have to file a motion to modify visitation. And as part of that motion, he wants to make sure that he lists all of his concerns. And if it's serious enough, he might be able to request that the court suspend visitation entirely for a period of time. But he has to be able to prove the substance abuse issues.
Okay.
And, the judge will likely order her to undergo a drug test. The problem that he faces is that she's already a non-custodial parent, so her time's already limited. So the court's unlikely to order zero visitation. The court might order supervised visits or suspend visits until, she's rehabilitated. But in other words, so long as mom wants to see the kids, the court's going to make sure that she has at least some access to them. And with respect to child support payments, those are not related to visitation. So even if she's behind in support, the court will still allow her to visit the kids. But the important thing for the BFF to remember is that when he's under a court order for visitation, he has to follow it until the court orders otherwise. He can't unilaterally suspend visitation on these allegations. He has to file a motion and involve the court to get an order that the kids don't have to visit. So he can't just say, you know what, I'm not really cool with this visitation anymore. The kids aren't coming.
I don't like that the kids have said that the mother's boyfriend puts his hands on them, like drags them through the house by their collar. What is that?
Yeah, if that's true, that the mom would be admonished to make sure that the boyfriend isn't doing any sort of
harm.
Does our BFF need to get some kind of, does he need to keep kind of like a log, like documenting each time his kids tell him a story like this, or if they can recall when it happened? Does it have to be documented?
Yeah, I always recommend, making sure you have notes of timelines of events and things that have happened. But also, him saying that the kid said something, that's hearsay.
Right.
So that's probably not going to be allowed in. So the kids would have to testify about whatever the boyfriend's doing. And I don't know how old these kids are, and I'm not saying it's okay to drag a kid by a hood, but it might make a difference if we're talking about a 16-year-old,
right,
who was doing, I don't know.
We also got to take into effect that the kids might be telling dad what he wants to hear too, as they come back. So what about the part where they say that the mom is canceling her visitation? Isn't that something that she
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, if she's waiving her right to visit, she only gets the time that's in the court order. So if she's waiving it, dad gets the time anyway. So it's kind of like it's.
Can he keep track of that and prove neglect or something? Like she's not interested in these kids. No,
not really. She's already the non-custodial parent. So again, there's just not that much more the court's going to do.
Sure.
Absent some really egregious circumstances. The most egregious thing is obviously the boyfriend, putting his hands on the kids. But, if she's really an addict and she's still using, that's probably his best evidence to suspend visitation. Because, if it's a hardcore drug, not weed, not alcohol, it's, and she's using it in a,
in front of the kids, right,
yeah. And it's affecting her parenting, then, for sure, that would probably be the best evidence.
I don't like this one. This one made me feel all gross and icky at the end of the week. Ew.
I know. I feel bad for the dad, but he just can't. I'm just worried he's going to try to suspend visitation without going through the
Right.
court first, and that could backfire on him.
And not doing it the proper way.
Yeah. So he needs to just go
Gotta
to court
follow
and get
the
it
rules, no matter how much you don't like them.
done. Yep.
Jessica
Exactly.
Anderson with another fun edition of the Love Court. We do it every single Friday here on the show. And Jessica, we make it easy for the BFFs to be part of the Love Court and get all their questions answered. We have a great portal set up on our website at alice965.com. Click on the Jessica Anderson section. You answer every single question you receive.
I do, and if after we go through it and you want to schedule a consultation, you just call our office 775-823-0049, and we'll be happy to take care of you.